Alice, are you again depressed thinking about our polarized democracy?
Yes, Bob, our hands are always shackled to pick the lesser of the two evils. Where is the freedom for voter expression?
Oh, Alice, that is the reason we are rallying to change our voting process to elect independent non-polarizing candidates. Haven't you heard of the ranked choice voting system? It does have some flaws like violation of monotonicity, making it vulnerable to strategic manipulations. Nevertheless, the ability to rank multiple candidates certainly improves the freedom of voter expression.
But Bob, that freedom is quite illusory. Take a simple example with three candidates. A and B are strong and polarizing, meaning they have many supporters as well as many who hate them. In most cases, they will start out with more rank 1 votes than C, and the non-polarizing candidate C will get eliminated right away. Of course, A and B would also receive many rank 3 votes from their haters. But that does nothing at all to affect the initial standings of the polarizing candidates. Instead, what I want is to be able to directly bring down the initial standing of the candidates I don't like by casting explicit negative votes to them.
That would certainly discourage polarization. But don't you think this is very risky? The voters can abuse the system and indiscriminately overuse negative votes just to prevent a strong candidate from winning.
Well, at first glance it may appear that way. But the trick is to smartly constrain the voting system. There is a recent paper that shows that we can mathematically constrain the voting system to prevent any such abuse. Normed negative voting. There is also a short YouTube video explaining the idea. The ability for voters to distribute positive as well as negative votes amongst the candidates is crucial to enhance the freedom and richness of voter expression. In this voting system, if a voter gives negative votes to some candidate, that has to come as a sacrifice of positive votes to a preferred candidate. So, the voters are constrained. Further, the negative votes can be made less valuable than positive votes if the negatives are overused. At the same time, extra penalty can be imposed on polarizing candidates.
That is indeed interesting. I can now see why the freedom of voter expression can be vastly richer with negative votes than in ranked voting. Also, this would encourage more non-polarizing candidates to contest in the election, which is overall very good for the society. By the way, I recall a non-profit group called Negative Vote Association, who advocated for a simplified implementation of negative votes in Taiwan elections. And apparently, all the elected politicians were unanimously against the idea.
Politicians opposing it isn't surprising. But we, as voters, should see this as a fair and efficient way to curtail polarizing candidates. Take a look at a survey conducted by RAND Corporation. There is already a significant support from the public.
Okay, thanks. I would certainly watch that YouTube video for more details.